In this video, I analysed the Cherubs from Helluva. This was super entertaining for me, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, here we are, Season 1, Episode 4, fittingly named after the characters we're going to be discussing today. Let's go.
Well, howdy, I'm Cletus. Welcome to heaven. Guess you did something good to get here.
I find this really interesting off the bat, that we meet Colin, and he seems to be this nice, happy, cheerful character when we sure as hell know that he doesn't end up like that by the end of this episode. I'm also fond of the backdrop here. It shows a location in heaven called Cherub Town with an E. Quite fancy. And it seems to be this elegant little location. But if you compare that to the heaven that we see in Has-Been, this is very much low in scale. That could be a lore thing, like I'm saying, but it equally as well could be that Viv at the time didn't really have a full grasp on what heaven was going to look like, so she showed something that looked quite stereotypical as to what many people imagine heaven to be like. It could be either, but let's just take it as a lore thing and say the cherubs are at the bottom of the hierarchy, therefore they're in the most secluded, least extravagant area in heaven.
Does it make you want to cry?
When your loved one has to die.
Does it hurt you through and through when your face is turning blue?
Now, this is a weird musical number, isn't it? It's supposed to be a commercial and be very appeasing to the residents of heaven or earth. I don't really know who they're advertising to here, but either way, it seems as if they do their own thing and just go and find clients, apparently. It's quite puzzling how gruesome and dark this commercial is. It's not even in the subtext. There's no undertones. It's just outright disgusting death on a screen and edited in a way to make it look cartoony. Obviously, this is a cartoon, but in the realm of the show, having clips of people doing stupid things and then just editing over them as if it's nothing is showing us from the first 20 seconds of seeing these characters that they're not as kind as they look.
Well, luckily for you,
There's something we can do.
we can help keep them alive
So you can watch them thrive. 'Cause here at c.h.e.r.u.b.
I tell you what, they are great at advertising, and I also like how it's copyrighted. C.h.e.r.u.b. Copyright. Fun.
Save your honey bun from dying violently.
You see how they put Colin in the hot seat there? Completely throwing him under the bus to save a human life, which they are supposed to do, but the fact that the first instinctual reaction from the other two, Keeney and Cletus, is to throw Colin in there as if he's just an object, a human shield, or an angel shield? No, a human shield, right? Because they'd be shielding a human. But then again, they're not humans themselves, so they can't be a shield made out of human. They would be a shield. So that means that a regular shield is a human shield because it shields humans. Okay, whatever. Look at the tangent I've gone on. But anyway, this is showing us that from the start, since we first see them, Colin's always been the good guy who's very timid and shy, and he's very much used as a punching bag for the other two, which might remind us of someone. Maybe Colin will grow his own backbone as he develops throughout the series.
'Cause here at c.h.e.r.u.b. No, we never even ask a fee.
Because good people spread the love.
And we're here for all of us.
Do the paperwork for you.
And the heavy lifting too.
So sit right.
Now, continuing that jolly vibe, they're stating all the good things that they're going to do with this company, how they're going to help you, all that jazz, and basically give examples, not just in the visuals, but in the audio of this commercial, to try and sell their business to whoever. You know, it's a weird thing to say, but they're actually quite good at advertising. I mean, when you think of Cherubs from Helluva, that's not immediately what you think of, but I analyze things, so I have to analyze whatever's on screen, and there we go. I very much appreciate this. What do I appreciate? Let's go.
Back and let us bless our soul for you.
Pipes! God, they got pipes. They got it singing. Anyway.
We are the c.h.e.r.u.b.
Yeah, get him, Blitz. Oh, Blitz, you're so... Yeah, okay, we need to move on. Boom! No! And here they are, gracefully from heaven, lighting up the entire room, acting like they own the place. I mean, they haven't done anything particularly wrong yet, but I hate them already, I guess. I don't know. I know who these characters are. Why am I acting like I've got no clue? It seems as if, at this point, they are doing it for the greater good. Until you realize something that I'll get to in a minute.
Who the fuck are they?
Oh no, sir, those are cherubs, Mr. Lyle.
I hate filthy, stinking orphan children.
Sorry. The fact that they've got beaming, genuine smiles on the face, and honestly, props to them for not breaking character. But what Lyle Lipton says, for all the bad things he's done, the sense of humor's on point there, buddy. Anyway, this isn't a Lyle Lipton video. If you want one, tell me. Yeah, I'd love to do one of those. Anyway, at first glance, the cherubs might look like they have nothing to show, no personality or nothing like that. And then you look underneath it and realize they're just positive angel individuals, and are honestly very well written, despite how many people might disagree with me. I think they're insanely well written, and I'll get to it.
We're here to convince you not to kill yourself, sir. To grant you a blessing on behalf of those in heaven
benefited by your amazing technological advances.
Now, once again, looking at first glance, you might just skim over this and think, oh, they're trying to help him, blah, blah, blah. They're angels, positivity and all that. But then you realize that, wait, the good things he did, the technological advances? Colin, dude, allow me to remind you, actually, never mind, all the cherubs, listen up. You two, get over here. I'll enlighten you by reminding you that these advancements were made purely through testing on the poor, which is illegal and a sin. I'm pretty sure, you know, that's a bad thing. How can he redeem himself by simply giving the money away to charity? The money was made through unethical means. The best thing to do would be to give back through apologizing, humbling yourself so you're not all in this money thing, the greed, the wealth, the fortune, the fame. Really grounding yourself down to earth and becoming a better person. Giving all the money away with no emotion does absolutely nothing. It helps people, sure, but in the grand scheme of what they're trying to do, which is redeem him and ensure that he goes to heaven when he dies, they should have an idea on what kind of actions will get him up there. And here's where Has-Been comes in, just saying, no one knows what gets us all into heaven. Therefore, how can you run a business redeeming people, similar to the Has-Been Hotel, just saying, when you yourself, hell, the realm that you came from, doesn't know what gets someone in and what doesn't? Without the terms, you can't make a change. It's a confusing conundrum. That's what I'm gonna call it. Let's go.
To do with all this money, now you're old and gross. Is that a serious question? He could help spread his wealth around with the people of the world and do so much good with it and be so fulfilled.
Alright, Keeney. He's gonna be fulfilled for doing this. Fulfilled of what? This man is so poisoned by the fact that he has all this wealth and money. He is far gone. By just giving it all away is a 3-step guide to depression. Number 1, get money. Number 2, become obsessed with it. Number 3, give it all away for no apparent reason. Since you're so far gone in a moral sense that giving away all this money won't be fulfilling enough to you because you don't see it as important. If you did, you would have done it anyway. So the way in which the cherubs are attempting to help him and fix things is by doing what they think's best, which is, you know, all they can do, or is it? Could they not just sit down and have a deep think about what type of person this man is and maybe even get him into some therapy or something and hand him over to someone who's much better at understanding people, who's licensed and a professional, so then they can understand him and he can understand himself, and then they can go from there. Because if you know what type of person he is, which you don't know just by observing him, there's no outright signs that tell what may or may not work for him. So if you get a professional opinion, you can then act upon it and help him become a better person that way. And it might sound time consuming, but really, if they're committed to helping people, they'll go to any length that they can to help.
Look around, love. God's gift of nature is a wonder to behold.
Just want to note here that Cletus says God's world. Now, quick lore bomb here. We're under the assumption, actually it's confirmed, that Helluva Boss and Has-Been are in the same universe. Therefore, by Cletus saying this, not only is there a God, because if you think about it, he lives in heaven, so he would know if there's a God or not. He lives there, guys. That also means that there's a God in Has-Been, which may come into play in that series at some point. Though I do think it's a bit of a dicey topic, but then again, they've done everything else. They've done Adam and everything like that, so I don't know, dude. People will say that there might not be a God. Well, some people were saying that. The majority were saying that there could be, though Spindle Horse might not use it as a main theme or focus throughout any of the shows, which makes a lot of sense. Just to mention here and there to know that there is one that's in belief of, or one that is there, considering beings in heaven would know if there is or not, considering that's where God is supposed to live. It just gives a bit of confirmation. Anyway, back on track, I can say that the Cherubs are doing a great job here. Why is that, you ask? Because one thing that they can do right now that they know may work, one thing that they can try that's free, easy to do, and, unless interfered by demons, is quite harmless, that would be showing him the beauty of the world around him. Focusing on the positive, just like I do on this channel. Hey there, viewers. Hope you're all being positive. Anyway, positivity is the key. Happiness is amazing and all that stuff. But showing this very negatively outlooked man the beauties of life without forcing him to act on anything is a great start, since it doesn't require him to do anything in particular that may hurt him, harm his ego or self-worth, or cause him to lose anything. Therefore, it's an ideal thing to do, and it does partially work. So I can give them props. Great job, guys. So in this situation, I give them the props. Well done. Now, I am going to skip forward a little bit so I can focus on where the cherubs change. The moment where they snap, they become impatient, the anger that is deep-rooted inside of them is outburst. Here we go.
That's it! I have had it! You three monsters have messed with us enough!
We're just trying find you do our job.
See how Colin is also getting frustrated. Obviously, by this point, it's shocking that any of them get frustrated, but especially Colin, seeing how he is, being a quite timid and calm guy, very positive himself, to see him snap and the hypocrisy shine through, wondrous. Absolutely wondrous. They're really just taking jabs at the idea of angels and how they're supposed to be pure. But if you think about it, if something has a consciousness and has the ability to feel emotions, those emotions aren't always going to be positive, are they? And that is greatly explained through this scene. I also think that the trauma that Colin has from always being the butt of the joke is why he gets so frustrated here. It's not just the job thing itself. It's the combination of both my worth is attached to this job and the fact that I'm an angel who heals people, and if I can't do that, then the only two friends that I have that shove me around and call me names, like they say in season 2, they slap him and tell him to pull himself together. It's as if he's never good enough. But despite that, his worth is still attached to this duty that he does. And it's really sad if you think about it.
Well, so are we.
We are saving
Oh no, guns are out!
that shitty old man's life, whether he wants it or not.
Colin begins to cuss. Something severely out of character for not only him, from what we've seen of him in this 10 minutes, but also angels in general. To see an angel get genuinely mad and begin spitting unsavory things at people, you must have done something severe, right? And you would be correct. Isn't it also crazy that they get offended by what the demons say, but not what Lyle says? And he says a lot worse, really. IMP is simply doing the job, sabotaging the situation any way that they can while having fun with it. Whereas Lyle, who is the main focus of the situation, doesn't want to take part in the situation and refuses to, and keeps his negative attitude, yet the angels don't get mad at him. That does reflect a lot of what is said in religion, that you should hate the sinner, not the sinner. And that's exactly what the cherubs do. They get so pissed by IMP, the demons, but when similar and even worse things come out of a human's mouth, they're fine with it and they stay positive. Great stuff.
So why don't you shut your trap, you judgmental cotton candy tit-having bitch? Filthy demon!
And fighting ensues, which we shouldn't really go over. I guess I'll just summarize it. The cherubs reveal that they have some experience in fighting, which is quite odd, though that's for the theory channels to conspiratize or whatever. But mainly, I want to say that they showed their power, that they got it in certain situations, and this sets up their rivalry. Great stuff.
Life is worth living because we only get one. We must cherish it. If creatures far beyond this living world are going through these lengths over my life...
Look at this now. Lyle solves his own crisis and his suicidal tendencies through seeing them fight. I mean, I'm not going to say they're bad at their job, but this does truly show that sometimes positivity isn't always the answer. You can't just heal people with that alone. You may need to show them something gruesome, such as a fight, though if the undertones are quite positive and show a positive outlook and meaning behind what's happening, it may eventually, like it did with Lyle here, cause a realization moment that will then lead to a positive outlook on life. So as long as that positive undertone is quite obvious and can be picked up on quite easily, there's a high chance that this may just work. And it did for this guy. And guess what? In the end, he's positive. Therefore, positivity, you bet it always wins, baby. Let's go! Positivity for the win! Anyway, they do a thing, get kicked out of heaven, start crying. Oh no. Wait, that's not what I wanted. Ha! Crying Cletus. Let's move on to the next episode. Here's the time jump. We're in season 2 now, and I'm sure you've seen this bit happen. Let's just get to the bit where they are revealing that they are con artists on the field at their finest.
Did you have to hug him so hard? I'm at underwear level, you know, and that guy clearly hadn't showered today.
Oh, stop complaining.
Immediate aggression from Keeney here. Poor Colin, dude. And this further shows the relationship between the three and how Colin is literally just a joke to them. He's not just the butt of the joke, he is the joke. And how unfortunate that is for him. And to see how these fallen angels adapt to their life on Earth, isn't that just a great thing? Something that's really cool to show. You don't really see that in media. Hell, you barely see angels in media. To see them outside of their own environments and in a world similar to our own is a really cool thing.
Sinful?
We've been over this. We are still helping people. We just provided that man with an opportunity to be selfless and heroic.
After that performance, he's sure to get into heaven. We just saved a soul.
Is that how it works?
And here's Colin of all people, calling out the fact that no one knows what gets a soul into heaven. So they're just making up their own rules in order to justify their actions.
You want to eat, don't you?
Want to live long enough to save more souls and earn our way back into heaven?
Of course. I just...
Well then, quiet your incessant...
I'll be honest with you, that was just a tease for what's going to happen next episode on this Cherubs analysis thing. So we've analysed Season 1, Episode 4, and a little bit of the Season 2 episode. Next time we'll do the rest of Season 2, Episode 8. That'll be good. Until we meet again, hopefully in Season 4, Episode 16, if you know what I mean.
Oh, how I can't wait to unwind after a long day pretending to care about Nifty's cockroach collection. Wait, where are the shrimp? There is no jambalaya without sweet, delicious popcorn of the sea. Are you insane? It's needed for the dish. It's impossible to eat without...
You alright?
Alright, haha. Am I... alright?
Can you just make it without shrimp?
Ha! What did you say?
Hope you guys enjoyed. Click a video on screen that best suits you. The one on the right is picked by YouTube just for you, and the one on the left is my most recent video. I'm sorry to bait you with that part of the episode there. I just wanted to get some intrigue going. I hope I did it right.
Well, I'm tired.
And that was really fun. See you guys later. Stay positive. Goodbye.